What's up, everyone? We're live. I wanted to go over really quick two reasons why I'm doing this live right now. Number one is I wanted to go over the house edge on the light and the darkness strategy. If you don't know the light and the darkness strategy, it's pretty much you're going to play on the don't pass. So, like if you put $75 on the don't pass, then you get past the come out roll. Say the point is 9 and the point becomes 9, then you would hedge the 9 by placing the 9, and then anything left over you'd put on other numbers. If the 7 comes, you'd get your $75 back, meaning 75 here and 75 there. If the point comes, you might lose a little bit, but you have it hedged. So you're playing the most probable number. But I wanted to go over the house edge. So that's number one reason. And I'm going to use a tool called CRAPS on the computer here to show house edge because they have an analyzer, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to zoom in and show you that real quick. And then the second thing, and the second reason I wanted to show you this or do this live is because we are 5 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers. So 5 subscribers, 5,000 is where we'll get. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, especially if you're on the vertical and you're watching it live, you should see a subscribe button right up there. Go ahead and subscribe. It's probably blocking the holyroller.com website logo thing. But I'm going to zoom in. Hey, what's up, Gary? What is up, Breeze? All right, so let me see if I could zoom in and get a shot that's worth, I don't know if this might even be too, well, I'm going to show you, this will be bigger, so I am zoomed in, but I'm as wide as it goes. Stupid vertical shot. All right, so here we go. So what I could do is I can, whenever you go on to Crapsy, there is a free version or there's a paid version. I don't get paid. I'm not sponsored by them, but I use this as a tool. And they have right up here an analyze button. So I want to show you the word, you'd say, say you did 75 on the don't pass, 100 on the don't pass, 500 on the don't pass. It doesn't matter how much you put on the don't pass, you're still going to have the same house edge. Okay, so house edge is meaning how much the casino has the edge over you and what your expected loss is. And you can analyze the bets right here. So because I have that one bet that I analyzed, if I was to do this bet and only this bet over and over and over, I would be expected to lose $500 when you consider the overall analysis of the bet. So it's a 13.89% house edge. Okay. Now, first of all, let me just show you what happens if if I get a point established. Okay, so this is just on the first roll. But if you get a point established, so let's say the point is 6 or 8 is going to be the same, 5 and 9 will be the same, and 4 and 10 will be the same. Let's start with a 6 and 8. So let's say I'm going to enter a roll, and let's say it's an 8, okay, a hard 8 or whatever. So the point becomes 8. And so now the point is 8. And so if I don't move that bet now, look, we can analyze what the bet is on a 6 and 8. So now we have the edge by 2.78%. We have the edge. And we're expected to win that $100. Well, there are when on a come out, there's 8 ways to lose it. But now there's 6 ways to win it and only 5 ways to lose this bet. So we have the edge. Okay, now let's say, so let's write that down on an 8. Okay, so I think it was 13.89% on the come out roll. And if it's a 6 or 8 and you don't bet anything, then it is a 2.78% advantage, that you have the advantage once you get past the come out roll. Now on 100, now this is kind of like full hedge, but I'll show you. If we do $90 pays 105, right? That means we have 10 extra dollars, by the way. But let's just analyze that bet just for an example. Okay, we still have the house edge. We're expected to win $85, which is kind of strange because if the 7 comes, we're going to win $10. And if the 8 comes, we're going to win $5. Okay, but over time, we'd be expected to win $85 if we did this over and over and it was always an 8. Okay, so so with that, let's say we did $10 4, for example, or a $10 5. Okay, oh, that's 15. Is this a $15 table? Oh man, this is a $15 table. Okay, well, let's say we did 15 and we can analyze. So now we have 100 on the don't pass and we have 105 on the numbers, and we can analyze and see that we still have the edge over the house. So this is the thing. So let me just roll an 8 and get this over with. So we'll just do a hard 8. And we'll lose our don't, and then we get paid, and so we won $5. I know that's really small to see, but let's take that down. All right, let's do the same thing here. We're going to do $100 don't pass, and we're going to analyze it. It should be 13.89. Yep, we're in the red. This is expected loss here before the come out, right? Now watch this, because this is what a lot of people do. They want to hedge it by placing, like, let's say $5 on any on a yo and $5 on any 7. So this would pay, if a 7 or 11 hit, it would pay $75. So we would lose 25, but we'd also lose another 15 here. So a lot of times people are like, well, I want to go up and do it maybe $7. And if you did $7, and so it doesn't really matter, but $7 right here, so then we wouldn't lose our 100, right? But look, this analyzed the bet. It barely moved the house edge, barely, like 0.5 or 0.6 of a percentage. So this is why I don't hedge the bet on the come out on the 7-11, because my expected loss is the only thing that really changed. I'm expected to lose more money if I hedge my bets. Okay, so I won't take time to go over that more. I'll just explain that that's why I do not hedge the bet, because I'm expected to lose more if I hedge. Okay, so again, if we did 500 and $500. So you can see we're still expected the same house percentage, but we're expected to lose. And so you can see that it's, 5 times your money pretty much. So if we had 100 there, we're expected to lose 500. And so this is why, for me, whatever my bankroll is, I usually don't like to try to risk on the don't pass over 25% of my bankroll. So anyways, like and I know this sounds strange, but if I had $400, I would not play $100 level, because that's 25%. I'd like to be 20%. So I would need $500 to put $100. If I have 500 in my bankroll, at least I will put $100 there, because my expected loss, as far as come out rolls, 1 out of every 6 times, maybe 1 out of 6, you should lose that bet. But overall, I mean, this is all, I have it where I enter in the roll. Let's see what the house edge on a 5 or 9 would be. So again, I'm going to do this at the new version. I have on the 10th of April, I have a new version coming out of the Light in the Darkness at 140. Okay, 140, you'll notice that it's the same exact percentage. The expected loss is, 5 times whatever you're putting there. But let's say the point is 5 or 9. So we'll just do a 9. So 5 or 9. Now we'll see that our house edge on a 5 or 9, we have the advantage at 5.56%. Okay? So, we're expected to win, but at 140, if you put 100 on the 9 or the 5, then you have an extra $40 to play with out here. And you would win 140, so you really can't lose. These kind of cancel each other out now, so you're just pretty much playing for $40, and like I said, you can't lose. So that's why I like the 140 level. But let's analyze that bet now that we have that. So 2.78, we still have the advantage when we totally hedge the point, so we still have the advantage, and we have $40 that we can put out there and play on like the 5, 6, and 8, and maybe even get the field and do like iron cross with this other stuff or whatever. But so let me just roll the 9, and you'll see if the 7 came, we would win $40. But we would assume that we would have $40 out on the table. So if the 7 came, we'd break even. If the 9 came, we'd break even. So the idea is anything that we collect or rack, that's what we would win. Okay, so here, let's take this down. And let's try the 140, and we'll do it at the, the 4 and 10. So again, when you do a don't pass, you're always going to have that 13.89 house edge that you're in the red. So it's dangerous. But let's roll a 4 or 10. So here's a 10. We'll just do a hard 10. And now that we have that, let's see what, so we have, it is 8.33%. We are at the advantage. Okay, so we're at the advantage, and watch what happens. What we'll do is 140, we only really need to buy for $70. So if we did that for $70, that would pay 140, and we would be out like $3, so we'd lose $3 if the 10 rolled, but because there's 70 there, we have another 70 that we could put out here. But let's just see, just hedging, straight up hedging the point, you'll see that we still have a 5%, 5.13% house edge with the total hedge, edge and hedge, All right, so we have the advantage, and we have $70 more that we could put out here. So let's just do, let's do 60 on there, and then we have 70. We'll just, we can't do 50. Well, let's just do that extra 15, extra $5. Let's see what our bet is. We still have the advantage at 3.64%. And we're expected to win. If we just did the 6 and 8 for 30 each, and we counted just like this, we did the 6 and 8 for 30, and the 4, if it was 4 or 10, we put 70 on that, then we'd have 3.9% advantage over the house. So that's why I like this strategy. So let me just roll the. Let me take these down, and we'll just roll the 10, okay? So let's roll the 10, and so you can see, I don't know, it's really small, but we lost $3, and all the other ones we just broke even. I think on the 8 we won $5 somehow. I forget about that. All right, let's go down. So now let's do we were talking about 140. I know that's huge, but remember when we were playing 140 and we had an extra $40 like on the 5 and 9? So let's just say we did like say 66 inside, okay? If you had 66 inside, you're out that's the most combinations, I should say, that you can have. That's expected to lose. The house has the edge by 0.76, so almost 1% house edge. But this covers 18 ways, half of the ways of the dice. Even though it covers half of the combinations of the dice, the casino still has the edge. Look at that. Is that crazy? You know, so I mean, add a 4 and 10. You know, so now you have, you know, 6 more combinations. So you have 26 24 different combinations of the dice, and the house still has the edge. And you have over half of the dice combinations, and the house still has the edge. Even if you, okay, so now we have all the combinations of the dice except for the 7, and let's see what the house has. They still have the edge. You know, it's like, wow, the house always has the edge, unless you're betting on that 7. So, I mean, this is inter-roll. So watch this. If we put, I guess if we put $100, because this is 96. Here, let's put 125, because we have we have a little bit less than 125. But let's just see what if we bet all the numbers, the house still has the edge. So that's why I like taking the risk. So if I go all down, that's why I like taking the risk of this one. Give me 13% house edge right here, and if I can pass that, then I have the advantage no matter what, you know. And that's not even, you know, not even. So let's say the point was 4 as an example. So let's enter a 4. Oh wait, before I do that, let me do 140. So 140 on the don't pass. So I'm risking 140 here instead of risking 140 across or whatever. Like, I want to risk it here and give them the house edge only on one roll, and then I'll have the advantage on every other roll. Instead of trying to, you know, put my bets out here and hope that, you know, I can win money even though they have the edge. So they only have the edge on one roll here. But let's say it is the 4. We'll do a hard 4, and so the point becomes 4. And again, we have the edge. So we know that $70. I'll just do 75 to make it easy. 75, and let's see. We have the house edge. We have the edge. Sorry, we are the house. No, we have the edge there. And because it's 75, it's going to pay 150, and then. So the way I think about it is, if I had 140 here, I'd have 140 in my hand, and I would just bet it all out there, you know. So here's 75, 76, 77, 78, you know. And if I got like an $18 6 and 8, and if I got a 5, I'm still $269 would be my bets, and even if I got a field, that's 284. So I'm playing for $4 right now. And the way you got to think about that is, you got to think about it as, I'm playing for $4 because the 4 doesn't count, and the 7, if the 7 comes, I would lose $4. So, did I get a super chat? Oh, Claude, thanks. Cruising. Are you cruising? I'm getting ready to be cruising next week. So, which, not next week, sorry. I'm leaving on, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Oh, June 2nd, you're going to be cruising. Yeah. And thanks for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I'm wondering how many, because when I started this live, we only had five subscribers that we needed to be at 5,000. I wonder if we're at 5,000 already. Everybody, let's give Claude's super chat a like. or just hit it right there. If you're just hit that thumbs up, let's give it a like. And so this, with all this stuff playing for $4, we still have the edge. So anyway, I'm not trying to prove my system or prove that this is, but this is the way I like to play. And but also remember one thing that I said. Let me go all down, and I'm gonna just do 7 out or whatever. So I'm not trying to prove my system or anything, but I'm trying to, a lot of people say this doesn't make sense. And so if I have the house edge, if I have the edge, then what does it matter? Like, you want me to have a higher edge, because some people say if I, like if it was a 4 and I just totally hedge my bet, that, yeah, by itself, you could do that straight up by itself if you really, really wanted to. You could, I mean, it would be tough because you'd be risking, like, so say it was a 4, we'll go back, or let's just say it's a 9. We'll just go to the 9. So if it's a 9, then I know I put $100 on the 9, right? And I know that I have a house edge, 2.78. If I don't have the 9, there's 4 ways to lose that bet. There's 6 ways to win, and I still have the edge, but it's 5.6%. So, or 5.56. So 5.56, and then if I put 100 there, then it's 2.78. It's like I'm cutting my edge in half. But the thing is, I have the edge here. I wouldn't like this because if the 9 came, I would just win, break even, and if the 7 came, I would just win $40. I would rather get some other combinations, like this, maybe like this, and then still have the house edge, but be able to just rack a few, just rack a few. Anything I rack, I would win. That's the way I think about it. And then, of course, if you start pressing and you start pressing these numbers and you're using casino money, so let's say, that's the thing. If you start pressing, this is why I don't like house edge, okay? Because I'm talking about it, but I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. Because if you're using the casino money and they have the edge, who cares? It's their money, you're just giving it back to them. So for example, if I started this right here, and then I pressed and I got a hit. So let's say a 6. So let's write this down for a second. Okay, 2% house edge, right? 2% house edge and an 8 hits. Okay, let's say an 8 hits. And so the 8 hit, and it's a hard 8. It's an 8. I got $21. I'm gonna press the 6 and 8, 1 unit each. Okay. Now look at my house edge. My house edge went down because I put more money out there. However, it's their money that's out there. So all I gain is the ability to win more money if another 8 hits. So watch. Let's say another 8 hits. So another 8 hits, and look at all these hard ways. Oh my gosh. All right, so another hard way hits, or another 8, and I press it 1 more unit. Now I just got paid 28, but I pressed 12, so I still made money. I'm up, right? But look at my house edge is going down. And say now, let's say an 8 hits, or let's say a 6 hits, okay? And it'll be a hard 6, right? So a hard 6 hits, okay? And I got paid $35, right? I got this house edge of 1 point, almost 2%, but because I just got $30, I'm gonna press these by 2. I'm gonna make them look like 42 each, and my house edge went down to 1.8%. And it's like, okay, I still have the advantage, but I'm just anything I collect, I win pretty much. And I have the advantage. It looks like we got another super chat. Is that Aaron? Thanks, Aaron. Great information. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Aaron. I really appreciate that. Everybody give that a thumbs up right there. If you see the super chat in the chat there, let's give that a thumbs up. And so, and thanks Claude for reminding everybody to hit the like button. If you're watching live on, there would be some dots over here on the side, and if you hit those dots, it'll pop up where you could give this a like. And let's see, it's your money. You can walk with it and not give it back. Yes, you're right. You're right, because once you win it, but this, I'm just trying to show you. So let's say these are going to pay $49. Let's say another 8 hits, okay? So another 8 hits, and I just got 49. So I'm up, but I'm going to buy the 4 and 10 for 25 each, right? And now look at my house edge, 1.4, 1.44, and then let's say a 10 hits, which is going to give me another $50, right? So now I'm going to go up on this. I'm going to make this look like 25, and I'm going to bring these up to 60 each, for example. Actually, let me do it like this. I'm going to bring these up. They're going to look like 60 each. Okay, so we have well over $140 here, and we have $140 here. If the 7 comes, we're going to have our money back, right? And anything we racked, we won. But if a 7 comes, we get our money back. Now the 9 is actually more valuable than the 7 because we have all of our money pressed out here. But let's look at our house edge, 122. We still have the edge. I'm kind of wondering how much would we have to press it for us not to have the edge anymore, you know? So let's say we go to 90 each, and so now still 1%, we still have the edge over the house. But this is how I do it. I want to have the edge, but I want to use their money, because if one of those 6s and 8s hit right now, it's going to pay one. So I'll do an easy 6. How about that? It's going to pay 105. So I won 105 right there, you know, and it's like, wow, I got a 1% house edge. 1% house edge isn't great, but I'm winning $100 if a 6 and 8 rolls, you know, and say I get the 5 up to 75, I get these up to 50 each. And now let's see what the house edge is. Uh-oh, it's like almost a 0.5%, but I still have the house edge. I still have the edge, not the house edge. I still have the edge, but look, I mean, that's a lot of money out there. It's you know, $600 minus 140, so you know, $460 out there, and it's all casino money. That's where I like to get right there, and then any roll that happens, so let's say a 10 rolls. If a 10 rolls, I get $100. If a 9, 8, 6, 5 roll, I get $100. And if a 9 rolls, I get $140, but I lose $140. So the 9 is just like a break even for me. And the 7 is a break even for my original bankroll. So the idea on this system, and what I like to do is I like to, whatever I collect, I know, whatever I put in my rack, I know I'm winning on this hand. So I like to press and collect, like, and if I can, you know, so like if this 90 hit, I would probably go from 90 to 150. I wouldn't go to 120 probably. I'd just go to 150. You know, so I mean, or what is it? Let's see, 120, 150. Yeah. Sorry. There. Oh, I forgot to even add in the house. Okay, let's see. I mean the field. Let's see what the, so 0.3%, 0.3% when you add a field. Let's do a $50 field. 0.1%. Let's bring the 6 up to 150 as well. And then, oh man, we barely have not even 0.1 of a percentage on this. Let's take the 5 to 100, and we have, oh man, we still have the advantage. This is crazy. All right, let's go to 100 each. So now what is this? This is, you know, $700 across with a $50 field, and the house has the edge. Like, how much would we have to press up with their own money to give them the edge? You know what I mean? So anyway, with all that being said, I mean, that's why I was wanting to show this, is because I'd rather risk crazy, but I'd rather risk all my money on the first roll. You know what I mean? So so I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me check. Uh, let me go back a little bit and check. Yeah, Vegas. House edge for Vegas. Um, yeah. So Matthew, I don't know if you're still here watching, but yeah, the house edge is actually what you have on the table per roll, but it's calculated based on 36 rolls and what the distribution should be. So here, let me. I'll grab some dice and I'll actually roll them out. Um, So no, there's no Crapsy code on this one. I'm just kind of rolling around, doing this. So, so here we go. $140. Let me just grab some dice really quick and let me zoom out. Well, I want you to be able to see this. So anyway, I'll kind of, maybe I could kind of go back and forth or something. All right. So I know it's zoomed in there. All right. So let me go like this, and then we'll just roll them right here. So let's see. Okay, 11. So again, expected loss is that we lost 140 right there because of an 11. So we lost 140. So technically, we should lose 5 times whatever we're putting here over time. Over time. Okay, we have another 140. All right, let's roll this one. See what happens. And it's another 11 5 times. Here we go. So here's another 11. And of course, this is me just rolling it out of my hand, by the way. All right, so I lost another one. Let's go 140 again. And this is what happens on lives. You say, I would rather just risk my money on the first roll. And then 2 rolls in, and the and 4. All right, so that was a 4, okay? So now I went, okay, of course we lost, one, 280, $280. So in this case, we need 75 over here, and let's do a 6 and an 8. So instead of going like total all in, I'm just gonna hope for, if a 7 comes, I'd win money. If the 4 comes, I'd win money. So I'm not putting a whole 140 out there. So I'm gonna just do 18, 6 and 8, and see if we can roll a 6 or an 8. All right, so let's see what happens. Here is an 8. All right, so then the oh wait, sorry, that's a 6, 2. And so I won $21, For me, if what happened to us where we lost those first 2 come outs, that's what I would do. I would probably collect the first one. And because I know I won $18. There's a 6. So 5-1. So now I know I have another $21. Now I know what, $42, and we just lost 280. We got a long way to go. But because I collected the first one, then what I would probably do is get a 5 this time. And let's roll and see what happens this time. And that is a 2, so that doesn't do nothing. I won't even mark it because we don't have that bet. So, and it's a 6. Okay, so we got another 6. And so this one we'll collect this time. And then we'll roll again. So press and collect, kind of. So let's see, we got 9. So 9, It doesn't affect us, so we don't have a 9. So let's see. And it is an 8. All right. So now we'll just get an 8. So we'll see. So we pressed, we collected, we pressed, we collected. Now what I'll do is I'll press all these by 1 unit each. And you might say, why not get the 9? Why not get the 10? I want to get these up higher, and then I'll add the field to get them. I could add the field right now because 5, 6, and 8 are the only ones that aren't in the field. So this is literally betting every single number. So let's see what happens. Let's go with the roll and see what happens here. So it is an 11. So we did get it that time because we were in the field. So now we have every roll. And so as fast as I can, I like to get every number covered, meaning an iron cross. I mean, that's usually iron cross by itself is not necessarily a good bet. Watch, I'll show you after we finish this roll, I'll just do a traditional iron cross and show you what the house edge is on an iron cross. So because we hit it, we hit $15. I'm actually going to press $17. So I'm adding a little bit more in there, but let's see what the roll will be. And it is a 5, 4, 1, 5. So we lose the field there, and we still won $20, even though we lost a $15 field. And right now we have the 3% advantage over the house, like with this money, with this bet on every roll, you know. And so let's see what this is, and it's a 6, so we got to enter that in. So we'll enter in a 6. It is a 5, 1, and another $20. So, you know, we're just doing 15. So we know we could win 15 or $20 on every roll right now. That's kind of where we're at this level. I'd probably collect a few. And then after I collect a few, this is another 5. So a 5. So we lose the field, but we have a $25 5. The difference is $20. So we won $20. And then, you know, I think at this point, whatever I would press, I'd probably press this to 35 and these to 42. And then I'd still go with $15 in the field, or I'd probably do 25 in the field. So there, let's see what the house edge is. So we are at the advantage by 2.4%. So let's roll and see what happens here on that one. So mainly, this is kind of a 6. So this is kind of like a recovery mode, meaning I'm pressing, but I'm also collecting at the same time. But you can play like this the whole time, all the time. And so that's a $24 win. And maybe I'm a little bit high. I would say, because this is 50, these each pay 49, and that's 25. So it's really a 25 or a $24 win on every roll. That's basically what where we're at now at this level. So there's a hard 8. So hard 8, let's see. That was $24. So, you know, I think I'll probably press. And then what I would do is I would go from 35, I would go to 50 on the 5. So instead of pressing by 1 unit or whatever, I would do 10, 25, 35, 50. I mean, that's how aggressive I get. And I think that's good. So I'd probably do 12 on the 6 and 8. I would do 12, and then from 12, I'd go to 18, 18 to 30, 30 to 42, and then 42 to 60 is where I would go on those. So let's roll. And oh, I forgot. Let me get the field. Got to get the field. So now I get the field with 25. So this is a better equation. So it's either $25 or it's going to be, I think, 25 or 7 out. Wouldn't. Such a confusion. Whenever confusion happens, the 7 comes. All right. So 7 out, and it says here that I lost $133, but remember, most of the money that I lost was all casino money that I pressed. That's what I lost. I didn't lose my money. My money I actually got back because I only started with. So I actually won a lot. That's the only thing I don't like about Crapsy is you have to look at your bankroll at the start and at the finish to see if you actually won money, which I know I did because I collected along the way. So anyway, let's do that iron cross, that little iron cross. Okay, Scarface wants 500 in the field and roll. 500 in the field. You can't, on a Royal Caribbean ship, you can't play 500 in the field because the max in the field on a Royal Caribbean ship is, actually, no, it is 500. We could do 500. Sorry, I was thinking prop bets. Prop bets is 150, 150. But you can do 500 in the field. We'll do that in a second. All right, let's do the traditional iron cross. If you're going to do an iron cross at the $25 level, oh, this is 15. That, you wouldn't want to go higher than 15 if you have 30. So whatever you have in the field, think about doubling it out on the 5, 6, and 8. You can do 25 on the 5, but somewhere right around there. But let's analyze that bet. Oh, the house edge. You have every number except for 7 covered. And because there's 6 ways to make a 7, the house still has the edge on the iron cross. Every number. Wow. And of course, so this is 60, 70, 85, 90, 95, 100. All right, so $100. So let's put $100 on the don't pass. And we have the house edge right here because there's no point established. Watch when we establish a point. Let's just roll it and see what happens. And then we'll put the 500 in the field. Okay, there's a 4. All right, so the 4, whoops. Let's enter the 4 and then see what our house edge becomes, even if we don't cover it. Okay, so we have every number covered, even the 7. We're not gonna waste any rolls on the dice, and we have the advantage by 3.47%. So we have the advantage even without the 4 being covered at all. So we got 100. We'll lose $100 if the 4 rolls. Let's just see what happens here, and let's just leave the 4 uncovered and see. There's only 3 ways to make it. So there's a 6. There's a 6. So that right there. Let's see. That gave us $20 win because we had the 15 in the field. So we won $20. So let's put the $20 right there on the 4. Okay, and let's see what our 3%, we still have the house edge. Let's enter a roll. Let's see. And that is a 5. So I know that's going to be another $20. Okay, so $20. So if we take another 20 and put that to $40, that 40 is going to pay 80 if it hits, but that 40 came from the casino anyway. So technically, 40 pays 80 is $120, which would definitely cover our don't. So we got 2 hits, and we're in profit. So now we don't have to put any more money on the 4 because we know we'll break even on the 4 and we'll break even on the 7. All we have to do is roll and hopefully just collect. So we haven't collected yet. So anything we collect, we would win. That's our winnings. And there's a 7, of course, right when we're ready to collect. So we could have racked the $40 and made 40, but all we did on that was broke even. So anyway, let's put 500 in the field and roll. What's up, Brian? I was just showing the how you can analyze your bets for house edge. All right, let's do it. Let's do 500. Oh, sorry, there's $500 chip. There you go. $500. $500 in the field. Let's do it. Let's do it on here too. if we're going to do 500 in the field, we might as well do 500 on the don't pass, 500 in the field. This is a stupid bet. Let's analyze it. House edge 9. Actually, what's funny is it's a lower house edge than just playing the don't, but your expected loss is actually your expected loss is less than 5 times. So there you go. Let's see what happens. Here we go. It's it's uh it's 500 in the field and 500. Let me get another 500 on the don't pass. So there we go. That's the shot. Here we go. Let's see what happens. It is a 9. Whoa, we win. We win 500. This is something I would never do. What's up, Waylon? so that was a 9. So here let's mark that 9 here, and then we'll see what we won. Yeah, we won $500. So now let's take down the field, or we could let it ride. But let's just take down the field and see. You'll know that we'll have the major. Oh wait. Oh, that's very interesting. Let me see that. That's very interesting. It says 0% when, oh, because the 9 wins in the field, but then you'll lose here. Take down the field, and we have a 5% house edge, or we have the edge. Sorry, I always say house edge when I say edge, but we have the edge and over the house by 5%. So 500 would be 350, and so if you put 350 on the 9, then you still have the edge by 2.18%. You still have the edge, and you have an extra $150 to play with. So let's do 60 and 60. That's 120 plus 25 there. Let's just roll that and see what happens there, and see. So let's see if we can. There's an 8. So we got an 8. 6, 2, 8, and we won $70. So we won 70, and we still have the same house edge. So if I was at this place right here, I'd probably press, because we won 70. I'd take this to 50. I'd put 25 in the field, and now I'd be just in collection mode. So, and then I just collect as much as I can until the resolution. You know what I mean? There's an 8. So the 8 comes, and we lose in the field, but we win the 70. The difference is $45 we just won. So can you imagine just winning 25 or $45 on every roll of the dice? Most people want to win more, but sometimes, don't have to be greedy, just there's a hard 6. So I know that that's another $45. Get the hard ways and even add some more, And that's something that you could do, is if you really wanted to, put some $5 each on the hard ways, and then just see what happens. Let's get that filled. So let's see if we can get another hard way. I got all the hard ways, by the way. There's a 7 out. 7 out. That's what you see. That's why I said don't get greedy. don't get greedy. So 7 out came, and we get our 500 back. We did win 500 with that field roll, so we were pretty good. So anyway, I think it's worth it going naked. Like on a 4 and 10, yeah, I'd say yeah. Don't get it. Don't leave it undone. But man, there's nothing worse than getting a buckshot. Right when you get established, you're on the DP and you get a 4 or 10, and you're like, yes, and then they buckshot the point, meaning they roll point. That's the worst, man. That's the worst. Because there's only 3 ways, 3 ways to make that number. So oh yeah, okay, bet. Okay, 200 200 on the don't pass. Yeah, so this is why I was just showing this, is because you can calculate. And anyway, I I don't like um, I just don't like house edge talk, because the house always has the edge at some point, you know. But anyway, with the system I was just showing you, is like, wow, we have the edge on every roll except for the first roll. That's pretty cool. But anyway, I don't like house edge because it's like, it costs you to play all the time. So, you know, it's like, who cares about the house edge? Like, just play, you know. Um, okay, we do 120. We know the house edge is 13.89%. But if we lay the 6 and 8 for 120, so 120 each. So if the 7 comes, we would win $120. So that covers that, right? And if a 6 or an 8 come, we'll lose $120. So I'd rather just lose it if I'm gonna lose it. But here we go. Let's see. 4.88%. That's huge. I mean, that could be worth doing it, because it's not 13%, but the thing is, those are very high probability numbers. I would rather play. For me, I have the 6-8 version, where it's like the don't, and then place the 6 and 8 and have them working if you're going to be working. Because if you go against the 6 and 8 on the don't, that's the worst. So, but a come out, you know. Let's see what happens here. It's a 5, so that one. If we got the 5, so what you would do now is you would take down. So you would take down the 6 and 8. So that was an easy way to cover that don't when you had it, when you were laying it. But I guess that is a good way to do it. I mean, skill and luck always comes up with stuff that requires skill and luck. You know what I mean? But but yeah, that's pretty cool. So 120. I should have done 140 there. But that would be. I'd probably just do 75, page 105. Take a $15 loss if that 5 hits again. Let's see what the analysis is on that. I have the advantage, and then I'd probably just get the 6 and 8, and then I'd get a field, and then I'd run with it. Let's see what happens. Got the 6 and 8 at $30, and there's a 2 in the field, double in the bubble. So now, so remember when I said I'd just take a $15 loss? I just won. So if you put 15 in the field, or we would win 20 or $15. One hit and you're out of the hand. You don't need to put it on the 5. If the 5 comes and you lose 120, the other 15 you have in your rack, you know. So so anyway, you get paid 105 on 75. So I'd probably take a couple hits like this. So basically, I'm up $30, or actually $15. There's a 7 out. So short roll, 7 out. So I know that I won money pretty much. It's nice to know. This is the other thing why I like it. Let me go to 140. 140. The other reason why I like this system is I know whether I'm gonna win money or not on the first roll. You know, it's like okay, are we gonna win or not? Here we go. Let's see. We got 140 on the don't pass. Are we gonna win money on this shooter? Let's see. It is a 6. Yes, we're gonna win money on this shooter. So it's very nice. I like that part of it. I like that the fact that is if you get past the come out roll, you know you win money. So anyway, that's why I like it. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. Can anybody tell me how many subscribers I have? When I started this, I had and needed 5 subscribers to hit 5,000, and that's $500 chip. So, but anyway, did we get to 5,000 subscribers yet? If you're watching and you're not a subscriber, right up at the top, if you're on your mobile, oh, I did? Dan, thanks for telling me. Yes, we got it. We got 5,000 subscribers, folks. Wow. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, Anthony. Wow, we just got some subscribers. We hit 5,000. That's why I was doing this, and I was actually rolling out some, some using Crapsy here, crapsy.com or crapsy.live, however you want it. If you go over there, you can. I'm not like sponsored by them, but I use this tool, and so it's very nice to see that we made 5,000. Wow. I don't even know what to do now. Should I just end it? Should I end it and say we made it? Bye. We made it. Bye. No, not really. Let me get a different shot here. Oh, I could zoom out. I have to zoom out. So wow, that's pretty cool. I'm so excited. So 40 what? Where 48 place bet pays 52. Oh my goodness. You would. I'm trying to celebrate 5,000 subscribers and then you just jab me like that. Oh my goodness, Jen, you're just ice. That's just cold. That's why I call you just ice. Is it justice or is it just ice? I think it's just ice. Everybody thinks it's justice, Jen. No way. It's just ice. All right. so what I'm gonna do is I'll roll out a okay, so my last cruise I was on, I wanted to get to table max, and I did on a horn bet because I had a horn run. This next cruise I'm gonna be on in just a few weeks here. Actually, what is it? 14th. I want to get to table max, and I think the best and easiest way to get to table max is just go table max on the don't, and then I'm there. You know what I mean? So anyway, we did that 500. I might as well do it again. Here we go, 500 on the don't, and we're just gonna roll this. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You got iced. The worst thing is, well, this cruise I'm actually going to be playing with. I have four of my, well, there's going to be four of us, four guys. It's going to be my second oldest, third oldest, and fourth oldest. My firstborn can't make it, but we're going on his 21. He's turning 21. My fourth son is turning 21, so I'm taking him on the cruise to learn all the games, not just craps. Learn all the games. Let's see if we could get 2 or 3 on the come out. That would be great. How about a 10? That would be, see, winning money, winning money. So once you get past that come out roll, you know you're winning money. You just decide how you want to win it. You know what I mean? So 250. Or you could do 250, and that would cost $7. I didn't want to say the word 7. I'm gonna just give him 10, okay? I'm gonna just give him $10 and say keep the change. But that's 250. You have more money, like more than you want. Another 250 available. There's 60 and 60. Let's do 20. Let's do 50. There you go. That's 150. So, and then we could do 25 in the field. So no matter what happens, we're winning money. You know what I mean? That's what's really cool. All right. So here we go. Let's see what happens. It is a 4, hard 4. That's a quarter. And if we get a quarter, then we rack it. I don't even have my stuff set up here, but if we get a quarter and we rack it, we know we made 25 bucks on this shooter no matter what. That's great. But you might say, you're risking 500 on a come out roll to make 25 bucks? Yep. Hard 6. Hard 6. So that's going to be 5 for 75. So we lose the field. And we'll go back in. See, there's $75 we won on this shooter. Well, $70. All right, here we go. Let's do it. And it's a 5, 5. So that's another 5 for 75. And so now we won 125 on this shooter. You know, so 125 bucks, couple rolls. If I'm usually when I'm content with that, that's when I'll start pressing. You know, it's like if I can make $100 per shooter, that would be great. There's a 2, 1, 1, 2. That's double in the bubble, and that just makes me say get a $50 4. You know what I mean? So remember that vig I gave you? Give it back. Here's a $50 4. So here we go. And then 7 out. See, that's why I always say just be content with collect. I could have had an extra 50 bucks, but you know, so let's count this and see what this was. Even with that pressure money, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, sorry, that's a 4. And even with that pressure money, we're still going to get another $95 off of that. So because we're going to get 500. So anyway, like I said, we just won 100 and let me see. 200, at least 200 bucks. So, oh, can you guys still hear me, or did we lose sound? Sometimes when my car gets here, my phone connects to my car and I lose sound. And I just heard my wife pulling up in the in the Tesla. So, all right. So I'm listening, and when I heard a guaranteed money bet, I stopped working. I mean, you know how the game goes. If you can get past this first come out roll, then you automatically win money. But a lot of times people, I think it's like a pride thing, to be honest with you. So say you have $500 on the don't and you roll it and it became a 10. That's a 7, so we just lost 500 on that one. But that's the thing. That happens right there. It's like a crusher, you know. It's like everybody's like, oh my gosh, you see that person? They just lost it. And then you go back, you know. It's like, what are they doing? Are they crazy? You know, but if you get a 4 or 10, look at, there's a 10 right there. Boom. Then this is the pride thing. I think people, because they have it, and maybe it's not so much pride, but maybe it's, yeah, it has to be pride. I don't want to place the point for 250 to pay 500 because that makes it look like I'm just not playing at all, you know. But most people, the reason why I mean, some people that play the don'ts, they just sit here, they'll place odds against it, and then they'll just wait for a 7. I mean, that's boring game to me. I'd rather say, okay, let's take out the 10, let's take out the 7, and let's play with the other numbers. Here we go, you know? And we have 250, and we have another 250 to work with. Let's play the game and win some money. You know, that's the way I think about it. So, oh, man. So, I do have to get going because I'm picking up my son from work, and he was going to ride his bike today, and I said, I'll take you. He's like, okay. So we spent some time together because it would have took him like a 40-minute bike ride. So I was like, I will I'll take you. But that means I have to pick him up as well. But man, we got to 5,000. What an awesome achievement. Thank you so much for you guys making this happen. I really appreciate it. And and thank you everything. Thank you for everything you guys do with giving a thumbs up. Thank you for the super chats that came in. I wasn't expecting that today. So super chats that came in was really awesome. You can always go to holyroller.com, you know, and get yourself some merch there, and uh, and that'll support the channel as well. So yeah, man, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And again, like I always say when I end the stream or end the video, I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.